Yo, YouTube, how you doing? You could be anywhere in this world, but you're right here with us. I'm Chris. This is Dave. We thought we'd do something a little different and give a big shout out to our a friend out there, Mark Chapman from the Underground Traders Alliance. And I'll start by saying I would not be here if it wasn't for Mark. He showed me the sophistication of the market, but in its most simplistic ways possible. And I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna let Dave take it away because Dave introduced Mark to me. And Dave, you there, brother?
Yeah, loud and clear, man. So thanks for that awesome intro, Chris. This is a very, very special and sensitive video for Chris and I because Mark is not only a very dear friend of ours, but he has been absolutely monumental and very pivotal in our trading career and how we approach the markets now. Mind you, at some point in time, Chris and I, we were struggling traders. We know we've been through almost everything that you could possibly imagine. The loss of money, the emotional turbulence, the ups, the downs, the failures, the successes, the defeats. We've been through it all, man. So Chris and I, we've earned our right as traders. But I also want to say that we would not be here if it wasn't for a collection of the education that we managed to amass from a lot of brilliant traders that came before us, but most importantly, Mark. And I just want to give a quick little backstory as to how I came across Mark and how we ended up becoming very good friends. So Chris and I, we discussed a little bit of our journey, so I'm not going to get too much into detail with it in our first video that we posted on our YouTube. But around my fourth year as a trader, I decided to take the jump. I was seeing some consistency, but I didn't have that full 100% confidence of exactly what I was doing in the markets. Every day that I woke up, it felt like a eat what you kill kind of thing. The more I was reading and sharpening my craft, I happened to come across the idea or theory of market manipulations and trap traders and understanding the psychological elements that govern the markets, the movements of markets. And eventually I went into this rabbit hole of trying to understand what that was. And by sheer luck or fortune or by the hand of grace, I was presented with Mark's channel. And I'm telling you guys, once I found his channel, I just never looked back. I knew right there and then, as I came across his videos and was watching them, that this was it. This is everything that I needed to know and to learn in order to really enhance my edge as a trader and in the markets. And I'm telling you, man, I was just the guy silently watching his videos in the background, studying every day, comment on his videos here and there. And
I still do that to this day, Dave.
yeah, man, it's just I never tire of watching his videos. Mark is such an amazing teacher, amazing trader, and just an amazing individual overall, man. This guy is so giving, so kind and generous with his time and energy. And once again, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And mind you, we're not getting paid to do this. We are doing this out of the kindness of our heart, out of just this genuine intention of us wanting to share this experience that we've had with him, so you guys can hopefully follow his channel and get your hands on a very special, unique software that he's developed with one of his guys that I'll get into in a little bit right now. But yeah, Mark has just been very monumental in my journey. He has, as Chris mentioned earlier, has taught us the sophistication of how the markets actually function. What is trap trading, how these big institutions, market makers, banks, whatever the hell you want to call it. The point is that there are these big entities that are creating deceptive price action for retail traders to suck them in, entice them to risk capital out of their account, only to take it from them and stop them out. What many of you might refer to as stop punts. That is not a myth. That is an actual thing in the market. Some traders hate it. But here's the thing, guys. the fact that if you can understand that the markets are manipulated, that is edge. Now you just need to figure out how to play with the big boys rather than trade against them. Many retail traders, they might be presented with this information, but for some reason they are just failing to adapt their philosophies, their way of trading to this, I guess you could say, perspective, because they're still stuck in that retail mentality of, oh, moving averages, MACDs, indicators, Elliott waves, all that stuff. Look, if that makes you money, great. But I'm telling you here, right now and then, all of that stuff is used against the retail trader. The markets are that sophisticated. They are that mature and they are that sophisticated. All this basic stuff is used against you, the retail trader, to get money away from your account. So I have Mark and I grew very, very close as friends. We actually did an interview a while back. I think it was sometime last year. And since then, we just grew to be amazing friends. I respect Mark with every fiber of my heart, and I have much love for that individual. And I really hope that you guys take this opportunity to subscribe to his channel and to actually get your hands on what I want to talk about next. Mark is doing an amazing thing for the retail space, and he has quite the battle ahead of him. But Chris and I, we will stick to him side by side to fight tooth and nail against anybody that tries to fight against him, because we believe that this is very, very powerful stuff for the retail trader to be getting their hands on. And he developed the what he calls the kill switch software. And what that basically is that it is a program or software that you can install in your computer. And what it will do is that it will force you to adhere to the processes that you need to as a retail trader. It's one thing having the technicals down, but it's another trying to get your psychological game down. And that is very, very hard for the retail trader, because I would say 90% of your problems isn't even so much a lack of edge. It's the mental game, bro. Once you are under the gun of your emotions, that's when everything goes to hell. That's when everything just goes straight to shit, because emotions are a very powerful thing. They are a very powerful thing. And most people do not have that self-control to keep pushing forward, even after they've blown out several accounts, to keep sharpening their craft. What the kill switch is, what it's going to do is that you can program it to your level of risk tolerance, your risk controls, how much you want to risk per trade, what is the best amount of money you should be risking based off your equity, and you can set risk controls for the week. Basically, your trading volume, how many trades you should be taking throughout the week. Once you've hit that mark, you're done trading for the week. Whether you've taken the loss or your profit targets, it will force you to adhere to those processes. And this is such a big thing for the retail trader, as I mentioned before, is that it will force you to adhere to discipline, to process, and it will help facilitate the progress that you need in order to move forward as a trader. And I don't think that this is what the industry wants, because the industry is geared around you losing money and blowing up accounts. So as I said, Mark and I, Mark has Chris and I by his side, and I promote this full-heartedly. You guys need to get your hands on this. Out of the people that have been using it on his group, on his team, they have seen nothing but phenomenal results, because it is forcing you to stick to process. And I can't bang on that point enough, man. I hope that you've already gotten irritated by me saying that it just will force you to adhere to that. But yeah, get your hands on it. Go subscribe to his channel. He is an amazing individual. This guy is nothing but a sweet, kind-hearted, giving person. We would not be here if it wasn't for him, for a lot of the content that he has been posting, because mind you, the trading education is very, very sparse. And I know there's a lot of trading education out there, but the problem is that most of it is not quality. That's something that I want you to understand. Most of the trading education out there, guys, it's not quality. It's meant to make you trade against the big boys. Most of these traders actually are from the industry that are teaching you, I guess you could say, shitty ways to trade for you to give up money to these big players. So Mark is teaching quality information. You will not go wrong by subscribing to his channel, by learning the method that he is teaching. because this stuff works. I'm telling you, Chris and I would not be here if it wasn't for him. Yes, we have slightly a different way of trading because, mind you, the method that Chris and I have formulated is a compilation of many of the great traders that we have studied, just the way we understand the markets, and it makes us money. But our method is primarily formulated through what we have learned through Mark. And man, I'm so grateful to that individual. Mark, if you're watching this, we love you to hell and back. We are here to do whatever we can to help the retail guy get his game up, because I will never forget what Mark mentioned to me a while back. He said, David, you got to start a YouTube, not for the sake of having a YouTube, but for the sake of helping someone somewhere out there who is struggling, because you don't know whose life you're changing. You really don't. And that stuck with me. And here we are, Chris and I, trying to make that difference, because if Mark changed our life, the least we can do is help change the lives of others. Whether they listen to us or not, that's entirely up to them. But this is the least that we can do, is by starting our YouTube and getting people on the right path to becoming successful and consistently profitable traders. So that's my experience with him in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure you could just go ahead and check out the interview we did with him on his YouTube, if it's still up there, and you'll get more backstory. But I just wanted to keep this short, simple, and sweet, straight to the point. That's it, man. That's all I have to add. Do you want to add anything to that, Chris? Anything that
Yeah, Dave. I mean, the only thing I can say, it's a beautiful thing that what Mark is doing with his software, Dave, because having a method is just one thing. How about the human factor? That's where all the mistakes tend to come from. Understanding your behaviors. If you have a software who's taking care of you step by step, then there's no reason for you to be blowing up accounts.
Yeah, exactly. And I do want to go ahead and mention one thing. It's absolutely free, guys. It's absolutely free. Mark is giving this away for free. Why are you not taking advantage of this? You should take 100% advantage of this. Not only is it a free software, but it's going to help you master your process, and it's going to help you stay in the game long enough for you to, it's basically, the way I see it is like it's training wheels. It's training wheels for you to learn how to ride the bike before you feel comfortable, taking off the wheels. But once you have the kill switch installed in your computer, I don't think you're ever going to want to take it off, because it just will absolutely change your game. And let's be honest, the reason 90% of traders are failing is because you have to be wired a certain way to trade. Most people, they are not resilient in the face of defeat. They don't have grit. They don't have pain tolerance. They don't have the right self-control and discipline to be able to stick it out in the game long enough. You're going to lose money here and there. That's a given. But if you keep blowing up account after account after account, you're just going to completely bow out of the game. The kill switch is going to help you prevent that. It's going to help you stay in the game long enough for you to actually see that trading is a possibility for you. Because as Chris said, most of this is just a psychological thing, bro. We can teach you the technicals like nobody's business, but if you don't have your mental game in check, you're just going to be blowing up your accounts straight up, man.
And the ultimate goal for all of us is to be here in the long run, Dave.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We're all here. Trading is not something you should be pursuing for the quick glitz and glamours, for driving Lambos and Ferraris, going to the fanciest hotels, getting a villa. Dude, this is a boring and ruthless profession. Yes, the money is here. Chris and I have even showed you the type of money that we make. It is here. But as traders, take it from real traders, you need to simplify your life as best as possible. This is a game of strategy, a game of resources. This is a zero-sum game. For every winner, there's going to be losers. You need to learn how to play the game, who are the players in the game, how to win the game, what edge you have, what edge you don't have, your competition, et cetera, et cetera. You need to learn how to manage your resources, how to protect your money, how to invest it, how to have money on the side in cash. You need to have other streams of cash flow outside of trading in case you are blowing up accounts or just focusing on building your book of business until it's a big enough account size where you can make some decent cash flow from it. Yeah, so trading is not just about blowing money. Like, just because you're making thousands of dollars does not mean go to the fucking club and start blowing money. Chris and I, one of the things that we teach our guys in our Discord is how to manage their money as well. We show them the money that we make, but we don't show them, hey, dude, go put a down payment on a new car. Go buy the most fanciest apartment or whatever. No, dude, we show you how to manage your money. It's all about wealth building with this, man. It's slow and steady wins the race. And as we said, we're in it for the long haul, man. We're not in it for the quick glitz and glamours. We're here to stay for the long haul. And this is a skill that will absolutely change your life for the better. And you'll be able to expedite the process of getting there where you want to be by paying attention to people like Mark. So once again, go subscribe to his channel. We are not getting paid to do this. This is out of the free will from Cris and I, excuse me. And we believe that his education can absolutely change your trading career in a positive way. Get your hands on the kill switch, man. It's going to up your game. So most of you, if we're being honest, are just not going to have the self-control and the resiliency to keep pushing forward. The kill switch is going to help give you that edge because it's going to force you to stick to the rules. It's going to force you to stick to the game, to the plan. So that's all I have to add, man. Mark, once again, if you're watching this, we love you to hell and back. Thank you for everything that you've done for us, for the trading community. We hope that this little video put a smile on your face. And once again, we're going to be fighting side by side with you to the end of time, man.
Yes,
because
sir.
this is it's amazing what you're doing for the trading community. And we
I
hope
agree.
we hope that we're doing the same by starting YouTube and giving back to the community as well.
Yeah, because in all honesty, Dave, I want to end this by saying thanks, Mark. And he doesn't have to be doing this, Dave. He does not have to be doing this.
Guys at his level of caliber could just be trading from a yacht somewhere and just relaxing. They don't have to be utilizing their time to show this to people. I was that guy at some point in time. I was the kind of guy that was just making money in the shadows and didn't really care much for tea. Like, I didn't have other ambitions outside of trading. My sole focus was just become a successful trader, make money, and then live my life. But Mark really showed me a different path. And then when I met Cris, when we partnered up, when we became good friends, a whole new world of opportunity opened for me and for both of us. Now we want to help people. We want to help retail traders make it to the top 10, 20% of professional traders. We want you guys to make money. We have other projects in the pipeline. We just have so many ideas, and it all started with that little seed. And every day it's just a matter of building diligently every single day through those consistent efforts up until you build your empire. Rome wasn't built in a day. And Cris and I are working to build our Rome. We don't know when we'll get there, but we're working every day to make sure that we get there. And hell, man, if we're making money and helping people at the same time, what more could be? What else is there to life, right? So that's all I have to add to that. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this is Cris and David. David and Cris, we are the head traders at Traders Creed. And we wish you nothing but continued success in your trading performance. Head in the game. No matter what you're going through, we've been through it as well. Just keep your head in the game. It's okay. You will get there. If you have the will to get there, you will find a way to make it happen. So trade smart, trade well, and be safe out there. Have fun with this and enjoy the process. So deuces. We love you all. Thank you for watching, and we will talk to you soon.